Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to have a look at the card at Randwick. Yes, we're back after 5 weeks. The track looks absolutely magnificent. Welcoming in Mike and mate. As punters, we have our highs, we have our lows. You've had a bit of those, both of those this week, but not much just on the track, off the track as well.
Yeah, the punting's been going well, but the owning not so well. We went down to Camberwell Grange, watched the filly, the owner, Royal Florentina race. She came 4th of 4 over 1,500 metres, but she was quite good the last 100 metres, so hopefully next start. And unfortunately, another horse that I own, who's a broodmare, she slipped during the week, Stu, so I'm learning the highs and lows of horse ownership as well.
Yeah, no love there, mate. Unfortunate circumstances for you, but we are still looking for that winner on the racetrack. Yes. And well, Mike, hopefully we'll get there soon, mate.
Yeah, one day. Can't say enough about horse ownership. Absolutely love it. Matty Smith's a great stable. A stable that communicates well and gives you good mail before the race. It makes all the difference, I think.
Yeah, very, very true. Let's get into the card here now at Royal Randwick. Have a looking at the weather. What beautiful autumn weather it's been this week, Mike, but I know the wind factor might be out this weekend.
It's crisp, but it's clear. It's a nice day for a beach walk in the morning, midweek, but Saturday, no. 17 degrees. A very fresh southwesterly wind, which will be a tailwind in the straight. We think it's going to be soft conditions,
yep.
Soft 5 to soft 7, depending on how much rain we get. They'll be edging off the rails, but I don't really know what the track pattern's going to be because of that wind, Stu.
OK, I know I'll still be down the beach nice and early on Saturday morning. All right, Mike, 9 big races
hail or shine
on the weekend. That is very true. What are we going to sink our teeth in this weekend as we have a look at the card?
Yeah, it's a decent card, isn't it? The confidence is not super high, but there's a few bets that I like. Looking at some of the races early in the card, of course, race 3, 2,400 metres. We love that one. Some really one-pace types there. So tempo will make a big difference. Then 4, 5, 6. And race 8, some of the better horses going around over 1,400 metres. OK, so a bit to look forward to there, and a nice 2,400 metre race to start things off here on Key Factors. So let's have a look at the market there. It is race number 3, and as we do have a look here, it is no compromise on top. Some good money as well, $7 into $3.90. The ex-Kiwi was huge on Aussie debut for the Waller camp, taking ground late there at Rosehill over the 2,000 metres. Stockman well supported into $4.40 there on Thursday, charging home when it's all too late. It's last few runs. We'll see if he can go one better this weekend. Sound of Cannon's there at $5.50. Obviously with Feel the Rush, and these two horses, well, it was good along the inside behind Brown Thomas, and of course Sound of Cannon's right there. It was a long sprint home there in the Chairman's before that for that horse, and of course out to Sky Horse there at $7.50. The Tavistock mare up from Melbourne, second runner here, and I should say in the race for the Mar and Eustace camp. But no compromise, Mike. Here we go, another one of these Kiwis that lands in Australia. Yeah, it was well backed at big odds first up in Australia for the Waller stable. We'll have a look at him in the second replay. We will start with the top weight. He's got a big weight, but he's also got a big finish. This is a listed level race, 2,000 metres. He's out the back. The thing this day, there was a very long sprint home, which means they quickened from 600 or 800 metres out, and they started to tie from as far as 400 metres out, which suits a horse like him because he's got plenty of stamina, and he smashed the line late, Stu.
Yeah, look, I love the way he just sort of bullocked his way into the clear there, Mike. And look, I want to be all over this horse on Saturday, but is it just one of those that keeps on running on?
Well, he's a prisoner to tempo. If there's a good, solid tempo and Terwilliger rolls along, he can win, but he gets badly out-sprinted when there's no tempo. OK, so all eyes on the tempo this weekend. Well, let's have a look at no compromise here. The favourite, and well-supported favourite at that. And as always, Mike, you've gone to your Kiwi races here. You've had a look at all the form. How did we stack up this one? Well, you can see why he was well back last start, because the stable must have known that Achiever was going to put the hammer down 800 metres out, which he did, and he ran on well late. But that was 2,000 metres. This is his last time out at 2,400 metres. He's second from the inside. He's $2.50 favourite, and he's just first.
OK, and this is importantly 2,400, as you said.
2,400 metres, and he's peaked over 2,200 metres before. So stamina remains a question for him, but not Stockman.
All right, well, let's have a look at all the key factors here as we start our little mini races for the program on Saturday. Keep your eyes at the right top-hand side of the screen there as we run them. And here we are, Mike, all the form here. We know Stockman's been running home, but a bit for Sky Horse as well.
Both down from listed grade, both rated very well, both weighted OK. OK,
well, both the ones to catch there before we get into the key factors and track distance conditions. Stockman, well, there he goes.
2,400 metres for Randwick. He should love it if there's tempo. Sound of Cannons, Feel the Rush, Brown Thomas. There's some one-pace stayers, and our mate High Opinion gets a big kick at Randwick, Stu.
Always a little bit of gold there for that horse on this show. Now the speed map. So you've mentioned a bit of tempo. What does that do here to the map?
Are you suggesting I'm biased, Stu? I like that horse. Speed map, 2,400 metres. It is a big factor, but I've got no idea what the tempo is going to be. Terwilliger could do anything.
I'm just saying that we've gone back for a few horses on this show over the years. Sound of Cannons with a bit of gold here for progression.
Yeah, he's a bit green. He's doing a few things wrong. He can improve, but that was a plain race he came out of midweek.
OK, it did improve, but it did not improve enough to get over the top of Stockman there, which went straight ahead early in the key factors, pretty much winning the race hands down there nice and early. So let's bring in the prices. Stockman, $4.60, a bit of money there. It came on Thursday, Mike. Importantly, were you on?
No, I'm not on yet. I do like him. Sky Horse, I want to see him parade. Some of those Melbourne Mar Eustace horses don't parade that well and don't perform that well in Sydney. So that horse is a risk down in the weight. Stockman is the one that I like, but like I said, he's a prisoner to tempo.
Yeah,
if I knew they were going to roll along, it'd be a big bet, but maybe a small bet with that risk. OK,
and it's early in the day, so we'll just have to look at the tempo there in race number 3, but we'll have Stockman there on Thursday night, which takes us to race number 4, 1,400 metres for the fillies and mares. Let's get into the market now, and it's Grand Remore on top into $3.60, so another really well-supported runner on Thursday. The ex-UK horse, big Aussie win on debut, winning over the 1,200 before having no luck at Hawkesbury before a freshen up. More profits, $4.20, has been good at both runs this time in. 6 at the 1,400 metres there. Also some support on Thursday. Nicky's Fling, $7.50. Chaser Smart Midland at Rosehill last time out. We've got Vitesse at $10. This horse is going to go forward from the outside, and it finished along Grand Remore there at Hawkesbury. An Obvious Step at $11 there with St Covert Spirit at $12. Out again in trip, should suit this horse. So, Mike, a pretty good, nice open field here, but Grand Remore, a little bit of money here on Thursday.
I'm not surprised. It's a bit of a boom horse, isn't it? Won first up, but that was in lesser grade. Came to Hawkesbury second up, was well backed and was unlucky, but the question is how unlucky was she? Midfield with a bit of cover here. Tightened, held up for maybe 100 metres, maybe 150 metres. She probably gets out in time, and she was solid. She just doesn't get past Vitesse, who's a solid mare, but this is not dominant form, Stu. OK, all right, so you're questioning the form out of this, Mike, but one thing we need to always look for with these imports, the way they hit the line. Yeah, hit the line fine. Extra 40, up to 1,400 metres is a plus. Freshen up suit. She's a lightly framed type. She'll run well. She's just very, very short. OK, well, let's go back to last preparation for a couple of these. We're talking about Nicky's Fling, who's been up pretty much all summer. And, of course, Obvious Step here, Mike, at the back. And, well, it's another horse that didn't have too much luck in this replay. Well, we were showing this replay. It's a while ago. Just to imagine the race on Saturday. Jean Van Overmeer is going to go back on the inside. He's going to be looking for luck. And this is exactly what it's going to look like. So you're going to be praying for some luck from back on the inside. It ran very well. It's got similar form to Nicky's Fling at equal weights. And she gets 5 kilograms less on Saturday. The cut out of the track suits. The tailwind could suit swoopers. And she's very, very good there at Randwick, Stu. It's taken you 2 races to mention the tailwind. Tailwind, yes, big factor. All right, let's see if we haven't got it here as a key factor, but it's definitely going to come into a few of them. So let's have a look now where our gold is in race number 4 here, Mike. Who's got all the form? Some punters don't like talking about wind, but I like to back against them. Bright Rubik down in the weights off that scone run, huge. Any edge you can find, mate, you will find it. Track distance and conditions. Soft track as Nicky's Fling. Vitesse likes it. Obvious Step will like it. And Snippy Fox is a mutter. OK, so gold for a fair few of those. Now, here we go. The map over the 1,400 metres. I know her weight's not ideal, Snippy Fox, but she draws perfectly. Draws perfectly and levels up here to Obvious Step, who we got Bright Rubik there as well. Nicky's Fling. We certainly have a race on our hands here, race number 4, so it all comes down to progression. Yeah, second up of a freshen up. Obvious Step can improve. St Covert Spirit third up and Grand Remore third up as well. OK, so Obvious Step by a length, but they are pretty much lining up there in behind. Just 1 length back to a few and only 2 lengths back to pretty much half the field there. So this is a nice open race, as the sort of betting suggests. And, well, I like this, Mike. We're going to be going nice and wide here by the looks of it, because all the way through there, we pretty much didn't see gold for Grand Remore at $3.90. It's had support, but it doesn't look like it's getting our support. No, it's going to be a close finish. It's a mares race, 1,400 metres, so the bets aren't big, but we think there is edge. There are 3 horses with apprentice riders down the bottom of the weights that'll be very, very hard to beat. And Jean Van Overmeer has found some form. He is. We backed him on Wednesday. God bless him. And Julian Rock. Obvious Step the one for us at $12. And Bright Rubik each way right down the weights as well. OK, look out for those. Obvious Step and Bright Rubik there in race number 4. We are 2 down at Royal Randwick this weekend. Plenty more to come after the break. Well, welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We are halfway through having a look at the card at Royal Randwick this weekend, and the next race
that we're going to be diving into is race number 5, 1,200 metres, benchmark 72, handicap, where Six Gun has been very well supported here. 6 into the $4.80. Went under in red figures when resuming at the midweek, straight out to the 1,200 metres here. We've got Nags to Riches on the second line, $5.50 has come back well, leading all the way fresh, then okay along the inside in the Denise's Joy. Cream Rises, $8.50, the unbeaten Fastnet, rocked by more Strawberries horse for Singo. It looks pretty smart. We've got Stoltz there at $10, big win, followed up by a narrow defeat. We've got Gravina there at $10, the Scone Apprentice Rhys Jones riding the highway winner at Rose Hill just a couple of weeks ago. Must have caught the attention there of James Cummings, so he's on board. And of course, Tiny there at $10, did the best out of the pack, chasing the tearaway leader last start on the heavy fresh. But Six Gun, Mike, $4.80 the field here. I think we're going to have some fun in this race.
Yeah, good sprint race, good quality horses. I've looked at Six Gun first up, 4 wide, no cover, Warwick Farm 1,000 metres. Not the worst place to be, but not the best either. It was a wet track this day, and obviously the winner got the camp on him. He's a very, very strong horse. He's very well bred. And if you look at his runs last preparation over 1,000 metres, 1,100 metres, you have to say the step up in distance could be a big positive for him, Stu.
Okay, so nice and quickly there too, from 1,000 to 1,200.
Yeah, he's a difficult ride though. He takes some winding up, so Matty Cahill gets the ride, I think. He'll be strong late if he gets into the right spot 300 metres from home.
Okay, well, let's have a look now at Gravina here. And as I said, Rhys Jones on board, claiming the 3. Wasn't on board this day, Mike, but went forward here. We're talking about a soft 6 this day. This is on the tight-turning Canterbury circuit, but 1,200 metres, nice win.
We've gone from a hard ride to an easy ride. Gravina's got tactical speed, he's got fight. You have to push him too hard and he really knuckles down. And also, he's not the biggest, most powerful type. He loves a wet track. This is the only time he's seen a wet track. He rated through the roof. He beat Blondo. Rhys Jones gets the 3-kilogram claim for Godolphin. That's a big sign for us on Saturday. He's going well. Okay,
draws well in 2, so hopefully a nice plum ride there for Rhys Jones. Well, let's have a look at the key factors now to get this race underway and all this form, Mike. We've got a lot coming through the midweeks.
Yeah, Six Gun, very good last start wide. Nags to Riches comes from a strong form racing. Gravina right down in the weights. Lennon, got to mention him as well, comes from a strong midweek race.
Okay, so they're the 3 we had a look at, and there they are in the gold. Six Gun goes ahead here with Gravina for track distance and conditions.
Well, he's worth a gamble at 1,200 metres because he profiles like he should like it. His surge has been strong. Gravina, wet track, loves it.
Oh, I like this when the key factors highlights 2 horses. We've got 2. No, we don't. Nags to Riches. We've got 3.
Well, Six Gun could have got a gold bar, but he jumps sometimes a bit poorly. Nags to Riches, Gravina right on pace.
Okay, so it's Gravina by a length, but it is just a 3-horse race. Progression. Well, plenty of these have got it, and Six Gun, well, it levels up.
Well, that's the question. Cream Rise is unbeaten. Tiny second up. Can improve. Nags to Riches got upside as well. Six Gun got upside second up. Gravina, we know his mark already.
All right, Gravina didn't have the progression, but it did enough to equal win there, the key factors. And, well, as we said, we've only got 3 horses there, Mike. 2 of them are the favourites. One's at double-figure odds, though. Let's get all this back into play here now because I like seeing a little bit of margin when we go through it all, and that's what we saw there. Look, it's a few lengths back to Lennon and Rock My Wand, but you've honed in on these 3.
We've got to mention Rock My Wand. If the rain really comes, she's very, very tough, very genuine, a great filly. Lennon, progressive as well, but Apprentice Jockey may be going back. And Nags to Riches, she's going well, but she's probably around the right price. A filly with a big weight, so I'm going with the other 2. Six Gun and Gravina. Both should like the wet. Both will be strong over 1,200 metres. Very hard to beat.
And both had plenty of gold there throughout the key factors. So there's a look at race number 5, which takes us now to race number 6 over the 1,100 metres. And let's have a look at the market here with Marway. Now, this is a horse on the up. $2.60 though. So here we go. Let's see if the favourite punters are going to dive in here. Wonder Bar on the second line. Well supported. 8's into $5.50. Form around Sweet Deal for Seeker. Seasons. California Zimble, this prep. Professions since it's...
We know you like it, Stu. We know you like it.
Enchanted Heart, the next in line at $6. The money came at Gossett in the takeover target and was too good for a rejuvenated Snitz. And then Adelong, $9.50, outgunned late at Rose Hill, fresh behind Albion. Way Up in the Sky was in there behind in that race too. And then Southern Lad, $10. 5 lengths to turn around here on Marway, Mike. And, well, that was an interesting race at Wagga, which we're going to have a look at.
Very interesting race. Late in the day, on pace, inside was favoured. Yeah. It's a very, very firm track. And he goes a bit keenly, he goes very, very fast. The conditions will be different for him on Saturday, Stu.
Okay, all right. So you're talking here, well, the Wagga Carnival. What a carnival it was. Everyone that went down there absolutely loved it. And it's always good to see a horse that is on the rise. We know this one is. And can it repeat this sort of performance?
Well, I think you have to conserve your energy around it. You can't do this. Up the rise, wet track. Southern Lad was 4 wide, no cover. He gets a weight turnaround and he loves Randwick. I think he might run him down.
All right, that's a big call. All right, so they're coming to the big
Horses
smoke.
for courses,
It is
Stu.
Randwick. It might be out in front, but they're going to be charging. Now, are these two horses that can do that? Well, Wonderbar, we know, is one that can charge. And Adelong, it's going to be on speed, Mike, as it was here this day. Where is it at this preparation?
I think it's going well, but we backed it last start and it was okay. I guess best of the on paces, but this is a couple of starts ago. Wonderbar goes straight past it on a good 4 Randwick. No, it wasn't. It was a wet track Randwick. Don't look at your form guide there. Will she back up after Hawkesbury, so Stu? That's the question I've got.
Yeah, okay, some nice horses around it there. So we do have a lot of form to weigh up here. Of course, a lot of carnival form there, the Wagga Gold Cup form. Let's have a look now at all the ratings here, Mike. The form in the key factors. Well, Marway, it's a horse on the up, as we've said, and you've just lit it up from the start.
Marway is flying, light him up, but is he a lay still?
Well, that's what we need to find. $2.60, so short enough. Who's going to jump out of the pack here? Track distance and conditions. Who's got this?
Well, if the rain comes, he was beaten at $1.50, I think, on a heavy track up North Queensland. Wonderbar loves a wet Randwick, Southern Lad loves a wet Randwick, and Snitz doesn't mind it too.
Okay, so a few with gold there. They're a couple of lengths behind the $2.60 favourite here. Who gets it on the map?
Well, if Marway rolls along, goes really, really hard, the one's getting a trail Adelong just behind. Southern Lad and Wonderbar get good spots from inside barriers too.
Okay, so they're going to be charging late, and are they going to charge quick enough to catch Marway on the key factors? Well, it says no, but only in and up with progression.
Well, I think he can improve. He was lame first up, not a bad horse in the mix at odds.
Okay, so Southern Lad and Wonderbar made a late charge there at the favourite $2.60. So I'm pretty sure this race now just comes all down to what sort of price you want to take about this horse on the up, because $2.60 it is. It was out by a few lengths to start the race, but these two close late in the key
What do you reckon I'm doing, Stu? What do you reckon?
I reckon you're playing around the favourite here, mate.
Lay Marway, lay away. If the rain comes, lay harder. Wonderbar, Southern Lad love these conditions. If the rain does come, they'll run down the leader for sure.
Beautiful, love it. Wonderbar, Southern Lad there to take on the favourite there in race number 6, which leaves us now race number 8, 1,400 metres, a handicap to end the 5 races we're looking at. And, well, apparently $11 went up. It got snapped up into $4.20. We're talking about Brutality. It finished off well behind Lena's Hero Fresh, then huge from the back behind Brandenburg and Nudge in the Coast. We've obviously got 11.11 there at $6.50. It launched at Loss and Running 200 metres out, but quickly got fended off. We got Bandersnatch that sat outside the lead in that same race. True Detective was good along the inside, and Military Zone was also good fresh. So plenty coming through that form line. Lena's Hero, well, it's $7.50. Got the well-deserved breakthrough since returning to Australia. Obviously gets in light here as well. And then Royal Celebration, $8.50. 2 good runs before well beaten in the Scone Cup. Back in trip here. But Brutality, Mike, did you snap up any of the $11?
I did not, and I'm surprised by it. Let's have a look at his second up run. Gosford, genuine wet track, swoopers track, off-rails bias. Following the two,
Plenty to look at.
Following the 2 favourites. Look, I know he ran well, but he was way down in the weights and he was in the absolutely perfect spot. Got to the outside, ran on well. I know it's nudge form, but Lena's Hero also has nudge form, and Brutality was beaten safe and sound by Lena's Hero 2 starts ago.
Okay, so you've just gone through a bit of the form there. You're going to have a lot of punters out there just going, okay, Brandenburg nudge tick, but it's not all about that.
He had his birthday there. He's way too short, unless a storm comes.
All right, well, let's have a look at the Luskin Star, of course, being run at Rose Hill this year, Mike. So, as I said in the preview there, we had, Bandersnatch sitting outside the lead. I thought Military Zone's run was really good here. Where's 11.11 at this prep? And True Detective, well, it was good along the inside.
I'm not sure I want to back any of these. She lost and running, just sort of toyed with them, didn't he? Chugged along, kicked clear late, 11.11. I don't think he's parading that well. True Detective mixes his form, got the perfect run this day. Deal Maker maybe off a long break. He's a genuine type that found the line. He's big odds on Saturday. And there's good old St Covert Spirit up the back.
which has featured on this show more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I've lost a lot of money on that grey
horse. Might be there as a bit of value later in the program. Let's have a look. Key factors time here, Mike. We have got race number 8. We've had a look at those replays. Brutality, though, well, it's got to have the form. Brandenburg and, of course, nudge form.
It does over the mile, but only just.
Okay, only just. But it was a well-supported favourite. Let's have a look. Key factors now. Track distance conditions. Plenty of goal.
Yeah, back to 14 has to be a risk unless there's a storm, like I said. Military Zone, up to 1,400 metres. Sometimes he peaks. The rest, fine. Okay,
interesting there for Military Zone. So we've got Lena's Hero levelling up there with True Detective and Brutality. But on the map. You like Lena's Hero?
Well, he was a bit keen last start outside the lead. He can probably box seat, and you know he gives a kick, and we know he loves a soft track.
Okay, well, a few of these are going to need to give a kick late. Who has got progression here in race 8?
Well, Dealmaker and Asiago can do something second up, and Bandersnatch could, but he was only playing first up, wasn't he?
Oh, okay, so here we go. This is the race. You're playing some odds. Asiago at big odds, Dealmaker at big odds there. They're getting pretty close in the key
It was
factors.
pretty close, though, Stu. Don't get too excited.
Well, there were plenty there within a length, but look at the prices here. $7.50, $4.20, $9.50, all the way out to $19 for Dealmaker.
It's the story of the day, closely matched races, and we're picking out value, brutality. I think they are praying for rain. 11 to 4, that's a lot of cash.
I'm with you.
And we're not sure what the weather's going to be. Lena's Hero, box seat, Waller. Why is he such big odds each way? And Dealmaker, very tough. Will run top 4 or 5.
All right, so Lena's Hero there in race number 8 for us. Well, there's a look at 5 big races on Saturday at Randwick. Back for more after the break, including the $100 hot seat and all the other best bets on the program. Hello and welcome back to Key Factors presented by theraceguide.com.au as we have a look at the rest of the program because we've only had a look at 5 races, plenty more across the page there, Mike, and as I'm having a look at this summary, there's only one thing stepping out, and that looks like later in the day.
We'll get there soon. Sacred Field try well at $2. Mr. Wong gets to 1400 metres finally at $10. Stockman needs tempo, but he's got the class at 460. Obvious Step will swoop past them at 12, one of the best bets of the day. 6 Gun at 480. Wonder Bar loves a wet Randwick at 550. Greek Hero at 16 goes well fresh. Lena's Hero box seats at $8, and I will be the hero if removal does anything at $81.
Lena's Hero into removal. That sounds like a great end of the day. Race 8 and 9, but we did end the day well last week with the $100 hot seat. Kerwin's Lane, and of course your little specky, Akari, well beaten but played well for a place.
Gee, she got some inside runs, didn't she? But we'll take it. Race forward, $20. Obvious Step into 11 now. $10 Bright Rubik way down in the weights as well, $11.
Yeah.
St. Covered Spirit.
Oh, it's back.
I almost backed her a win, and then my sanity came back. 6 Gun and Gravina, very hard to beat. And race 5, Lena's Hero, the each way player of the day. And removal goes well first up. Never run worse than 4th on a genuine wet track. I think $81 is all right, Stu.
Oh, I reckon that race 9 looks very tough, so let's go wide. Well done. $81.
He could come last. He's had no trials. That's a big, big price.
Have we ever had an $81 to finish off on the show?
We had one a couple of years ago, I think.
All right, well, we need that to boost that profit. Look at that. It's already at 5.18 though. It is doing well. That's all from us here on Key Factors. Have a great day on the punt. Head out to Randwick. Off a freshen up there. The track should be looking beautiful. Good luck to all the team. Good luck on the punt. We'll see you again next week.
Have a great weekend.